What's up everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dave Steals the Show. Guys, I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 exclusively as my daily driver for the last week, and I'd like to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. The first thing you'll notice when you take the phone out of the box is the build quality. It's unsurpassed, and Samsung has really nailed the glass and metal design here. They introduced 4 beautiful colors. The ocean blue is my favorite, but if it's not for you, they have the lavender purple, they have the copper, and they have their black. This one's my favorite, and I actually prefer it to the coral blue from last year. The stereo speakers sound amazing, and whether I was watching YouTube videos or listening to music on here, the sound was rich, it was clear, and it filled the room. The camera is stellar, but I'm gonna save that for my next video because I'm gonna be comparing the camera on the Note 9 to what I consider to be the best camera on the market today, which is the Google Pixel 2 XL. I still have this phone. I love this phone. I'm going to be comparing the cameras and giving you some of my best photos for you to compare for yourself. The display is still unmatched, and probably why Samsung is the manufacturer of choice for even Apple's iPhone X. There are 2 models offering you different storage options. Their $999 model gives you 128 gig of storage, and the $1,249 model gives you a whopping 512 gigabytes of storage. Both options have expandable storage and allow up to another 512 gig of storage, which means that the higher end model will give you 1 terabyte of storage, which is just unheard of in a cell phone. You can get up to 6 gig or 8 gig depending on the model that you get. I have the 8 gig version. I experienced 0 lag going through and using this phone daily. How about that 4,000 milliamp battery? I still had about 40% battery left every night, even having pushed it really hard all day long. Powering this phone is the latest Snapdragon 845 processor, which when paired with the RAM really made this thing a complete speed demon. 2 of my favorite things about this phone is 1, no notch. And I know sometimes I make a big deal about this whole notch thing, but to be honest, the notch just, maybe it's my OCD or something, but it just drives me crazy. I don't like to see the notch. I don't like to look down on my screen and see a cutout interrupting the beautiful display. I think Samsung has allowed their display to shine and has cut it off so that you don't have something jutting into the display. And Samsung, please keep that display. Don't follow the trends. Stay true to who you are. The other thing I love about this phone is that they kept the headphone jack. No dongle. Thank you, Samsung. You have no idea how much that is absolutely appreciated. Okay, the good out of the way. I think most of the people know the good. Most of the people may know the bad, but I'm gonna share the bad with you now. Because the phone is glass, it is super uber slippery. So although I love the color and I think it's beautiful, it needs a case. This is a $1,249 phone. It's an investment and you have to protect it. So as beautiful as this blue looks, and I wanna show it off, I have to put a case on it. Now what I did find was a case that was a similar blue, and so I'll share that in my case review that's going to be coming. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell, because I've got more videos coming on this phone that you're going to want to see. The other thing that really I didn't like and I have not liked is that their icons need a refresher. I know they have this Galaxy theme, but their icons kind of look childish. I can go and I can download themes and change the icons to whatever, but your base icon set should be a nice looking set. The wallpaper that they're always advertising in the commercials for some reason, it's beautiful, right? The blue and the yellow swirl. But for some reason, I'm unable to get this wallpaper on my home screen, and all I get from my home screen is this. So if anyone knows why I can't get that wallpaper, no matter how I've tried, on my home screen, please let me know. Comment below. What am I doing wrong? I'm gonna need your help. They moved the fingerprint sensor, which is great, but it's still a little too high for my finger to reach. And in contrast, or to compare against, I have the Galaxy S9 Plus, and this thing is in the perfect location. This phone, although it's not very much bigger, is big enough that it makes a difference. Now, if you get a case, the case will help you find that fingerprint sensor better. But it's very difficult to do when you're just using the phone without a case. And now for the ugly. The price, guys, $999 for the base model and $1,249 for the upgraded model is out of control. That is so much money, it's not even funny. So that really for this phone is a deterrent. Way too much to pay for a phone, my 2 cents. There are much less expensive phones that you can get that are good flagship phones like the OnePlus 6 that you will get great value for your money. Even the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus is right now somewhere in the 800 range, which I think is high, but a lot more manageable than having to pay an extra $450 for this phone. The difference in size is small, but the Note 9 is heavy. After a while of using it, I found I enjoyed having the S9 Plus in my hand a lot more. The other thing that's really bad is they have the S Pen come as a default with the ability to write in yellow. And when you're jotting down a note, the yellow looks great on the black background of the phone. However, when you go in to see your note later on, the note is actually on a white background. So because it was written in yellow and it's on a white background, you can barely make out what it says. And so I found myself going in and changing the default color of the ink from yellow back to black so that I could see my notes. What happens is then that takes away from the gimmick of the yellow ink of this pen, and so you know, it's no longer something really cool, it's actually annoying, and I ended up just turning it off. I'm also not a big S Pen user either. I mean, I find myself typing faster than I write, and so I found myself rarely taking the S Pen out unless it was time for me to test the Bluetooth abilities, test the picture taking capabilities, test the music controls. But other than that, the S Pen honestly didn't really come out of the phone all that often. Water carbon cooling system, that's what's in here. I'm not a big gamer personally. I can tell you I put it through normal use. I never found it getting really hot. But I could say the same thing for the S9 Plus or the Pixel 2 XL, which I was using for a while as well. I couldn't really tell the difference, so I'm gonna leave that feature up to the gamers to let you know if they notice a difference, but I didn't. So that's it, guys. That's my review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around. We have a review of the camera coming out where I bump it up against the Pixel 2 XL. I've got a couple of cases that I think are good options for this phone, and a case to stay away from because it is not compatible with wireless charging. All that's coming up in future episodes. Hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you all in the next episode.